In terms of EDQ's pre-lodgement services, they're what any applicant needs. That could be as simple as an email exchange to a one-off meeting. So for 101 Albert Street, we certainly followed a series of pre-lodgement meetings which involve multidisciplinary sessions, but also branched off into discipline-focused sessions.
The approval of this project is a really significant outcome for QIC. We've been fortunate enough to work with some terrific people, both private and public sector. We're very thankful for that opportunity and all the contributions that all of those groups have made. I think it's also a really important milestone in terms of cementing QIC's role as the master developer for all of the inner city Cross River Rail precincts. Being beside a rail station obviously has its benefits in terms of the transport amenity, but it also has a significant challenge from a structural perspective. We're fortunate that we're not directly above station or rail infrastructure, but we are within an area of influence, which means we did have to work really hard and put a lot of design effort into making sure that we could effectively pull the load of the building away from the frontages of those rail assets. We engaged with the EDQ really early on in the process. In fact, before we'd even put pen to paper, one of the main things that we got across early on in the piece, I think was really one of the great success factors, was that we were really clear with what our aspiration and vision for this development was. Part of the major benefits of the pre-lodgement process is really to do with the fact that we can reduce those levels of uncertainty early on in the process. And like any real estate developer or investor, risk is a huge item. So the earlier you can reduce that risk, it really then allowed us to go out and start speaking to tenants for this project probably earlier on in the process.
Albert Street Station will be a new true central station for the city, and the first building that you will see when you come out of that station will be 101 Albert Street and the fantastic public realm that it's also delivering.
We see it being the new CBD hub. It's at the intersection of the Albert Street Green Spine, and then also the up-and-coming Mary Street, which will link both Queens Wharf project at one end and also the new riverfront at the other end. There was always going to be some sensitivity around the structural elements of this building, so I think really exploring some of those constraints and opportunities early on, and also EDQ facilitating interactions with both DTMR and QR to establish relationships and how that could be managed moving forward was really important to the future design of the building and the future approval.
If I could summarise the pre-lodgement experience for 101 Albert Street, I could do it in less than 10 words, which is working in partnership to solve problems and deliver great outcomes.